Welcome to the American Dream, a national show about real estate, lifestyle, and culture spanning all across the country. But today, we're showing you Orange County, which is kind of close to where we are in San Diego. The West Coast is the best coast, and we got some great stories for you. Let's get the American Dream Orange County started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it. I got it. Cause I'ma do my thing, I don't care what you say. We just wanna be free. We just wanna be free. We just wanna be free. Hey, alright.
I'm Dominic with Villa Real Estate, and welcome to My American Dream. To say a lot has happened since we last met would be a huge understatement. One great thing that's happened, though, one of our local luminaries, TK Breimer, owner of the Frog House, has received a proclamation from the city of Newport Beach to recognize his contributions to our culture and the city. We put together some archival footage here to give you insight into the life of the Frog House and the life of TK Breimer. Check it out.
We come together. Love can last forever.
TK, Dominic.
Hey, how you doing, Dominic?
Good.
TK, how's it going?
Thanks for having me in.
Well, you're welcome here anytime. What's on your mind, young man?
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey with the Frog House?
Oh, the journey with the Frog House has been my life. You know, I'm 52 years behind this counter now, but it started in 1967 when my folks moved to Huntington Beach from Florida. And I was a surfer in Florida. I ran into a guy at the high school named Charlie Ray, and he was a team rider for the Frog House. And a guy named Frank Jensen started this place in 1962. So he had 5 years under his belt when I walked in the door. And I walked in, and I just had an epiphany that I belonged here. It was like a real surf shop. It was a dream come true to a Florida surfer. West Coast surf shop, and I know the owner. And I started right away demonstrating to him that I was a salesman. And I wasn't on the payroll, but if a guy walked in that front door, I would walk him back and go, hey, you looking for a board? You know, what do you need? And let me show you what we got. And if we found out what was the right thing for him, I'd walk him up to the counter and go, hey, Frank, this guy's paying $85 for this used board. He's ready to go. And the owner would like go, okay, and write him up, take the money, be down the road. Did that for a few weeks, 3, 4, 5 weeks of coming in here whenever I was not in school. And he finally one day went, TK, would you like to start working on Saturday? And I'm like in my head going, duh, what do you think I've been pointing for all this time? Yes, I'd love to. And so in 1967, I started working in this place. 10 years later, I exercised that and bought this corner here for $450,000. It was worth $750, $850 when I exercised that. And he was an honorable man. He didn't try to wrangle out of it or weasel out of it or anything. He
Stayed true to his word.
He stayed true to his word. He did not whine about it. He goes, you know, you screwed me on this. I'm going, yeah, I got lucky, and thank you. And anyway, that's how I ended up buying the place. And I've been, 42 years of owning it since then. So I got about 52 years of being here and 42 years as the owner.
It's crazy. One of the favorite things that I have regarding the shop is they have everything, new stuff, used stuff, leashes, nose guards, softboards, hardboards, skateboards, skimboards, everything. Why don't we walk around the shop and show us a little bit of what you got?
Surfboards. You know, you can't have a surf shop without surfboards. Well, let's see what I got here. A Mayhem Lost. I sell also new Channel Island surfboards, DLC surfboards. Gosh, several, local shapers that are not big names on new surfboards. You got to have them. Used boards are better money but I get a kick out of a new guy coming in here that's never surfed before, a young guy or sometimes an older guy that's never surfed before. I get a big kick out of giving him the correct direction to go and advice on what kind of board he wants. And if they're successful and learn the sport, they
get a customer for life that way.
I was just going to say that. You might, if you're honest and straight with them, you might get a customer for life. Hey, Dominic, this is one of the Frog House back rooms. We call this Joanne's room. Joanne normally sits in that stool right there, and she's been with us for about 24 years now. And what she does is repairs and slight alterations on wetsuits. Always give you the option of either we'll repair it for a very minimal or nominal fee, sometimes for nothing if you bought it from me, or we will ship it to the manufacturer and get it repaired for you.
You generally get better response time when you ship it in than
It's usually 3 days working days here, and it's usually 3 weeks if you mail it off to the manufacturer. So we get a lot of business that way.
I'm always amazed at what you can pack into 1,200 square feet. You do. We haven't even seen it all.
A lot of it.
More secret spaces out
More
here. Let's
secret
go.
spaces.
So when you hit that lifetime dedicated client status, you can come through this gate right here after surfing and get your hot water shower right here at the Frog House. Tell me another surf shop that does that. I don't know one. Once again, I'm Dominic Tucci with Villa Real Estate. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. We'll see you at the beach.
Well, they say that all housing markets are local. Let's go check out the next local segment.
Hey, Jason Risley here with the American Dream. We're here with Mark Prather, owner of the Mark I Wealth Academy, and we are here to talk about financial independence without saving money. Tell us about this program that you've got going on right now.
We all want to be financially secure. We want to be financially independent if we can be.
Right.
But the big struggle, the big obstacle in most people's mind is this belief that saving money is the only way to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, 65% of the people in this country have a retirement account, either a 401k or an IRA.
Sure.
And they're saving their way. They're the best they can. Mm-hmm. And yet, for 80% of those people, they'll never reach permanent financial security because they simply can't save anywhere enough to keep up with the rising cost of inflation, or their rent or their expenses go up and up and up, and they simply can't get there. And so that's the big struggle. And there's a solution. There's a powerful, profound solution. And so we've created this program about financial independence without saving money. And it's through wealth building strategies. And where my career is unique is that I come from a family at the very lower end. Neither one of my parents had high school diplomas, basically a poverty level situation in the early years. When you start from that place of zero, not only do you have no money, but you don't know anything. And that's really been the struggle. Because worrying about money is, it's just awful. And for me, it led to a premature heart attack. At 49 years old, from being stressed out about money for 30 years, I had a massive heart attack. Well, I learned some powerful things, as I mentioned earlier, and I don't want other people to have that same struggle, that same worry. 80% of the people in this country have that worry, and they don't believe there's any solution. They just think, hey, all I can do is save money. They can't save the money, and so they're stuck. But financial independence can be a reality for not just the 10% of the people that own 90% of the wealth, which is amazing, but the reality is over half the people in this country can be financially independent if they only knew how to build wealth.
Right, it's about education, right?
It's absolutely about wealth.
And there's a financial education, there's a science of understanding what's going on and how these different wheels work together and really help from a real estate perspective.
But it's understanding how to apply these economic benefits to your life circumstance. I mean, are you 30 years old, or are you 60 years old?
Right.
Are you a renter, or are you a homeowner? Where are you at financially in life? Now, the other critical point is addressing the false belief that I spend 20, 30 years of my adult life saving as much as I can, and the whole game plan is to live on that life savings.
Right.
That's the majority of Americans, and that's a terrible strategy.
Right.
Because
they're not understanding inflation, right?
No, they're not understanding inflation. The other thing is you have the tax implications.
Right.
But, you know, they don't pay the taxes going in, but they got to pay it when it's coming out, right? When they're pulling that money out of that retirement account.
Right.
They're watching life savings do this.
Yep.
It's going down way faster than they anticipated.
Right.
Now I'm 62 years old. All my friends that I grew up with have started to try to retire. Most can't. Saving money to live on is not a good strategy.
Right.
What we want is non-employment income. You can call it passive income, investment income, alternative income, but we need to have non-employment income that will replace the employment income. Obviously, if you can save money, that's a good thing. But the reality is 80% of the people cannot.
Right.
The goal is to build non-employment income that they can live on, that will never run out, and they can actually do this. By the way, there's a great article the other day talking about how millennials are in the worst financial shape of any generation since the Great Depression. And the reason is that the millennials went through the 2008 financial hit, and now a lot of them are in the service sector that has gotten crushed by the virus. Two big hits in your mid-30s or so, that's a lot. These wealth building strategies can solve this problem of the struggle of saving money. And this young couple was an example, and where we showed them, said, based on what your expenses are today, which are about $6,000 a month, with inflation, they're going to double to where they're going to have their expenses are going to be somewhere between $12,000 and $13,000 a month in 25 years. So then the question is, how are you going to create $12,000 to $13,000 a month in non-employment income to live? And we were able to show them how to do that, so that they understand exactly the process of how they can get there. And because it doesn't require them to save any money, that's not part of the game plan. Because of the intrinsic wealth growth and income growth, the worries go away. And that's really the exciting part for me, is getting people on this path so they don't live that life of financial worry.
Right, that's good. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you joining us on the American Dream, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
American Dream, real estate, lifestyle, and culture. Hope you enjoyed that story. Let's go to the next one.
Hey, Jason Risley here, and I am with Chip and Kim McAllister, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason and Christy.
So one of the things that I wanted to know from you guys is, I've been in real estate for 14 years. My wife's got her license, and she's going to start helping me more and more as the kids get older.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, yeah. And I think one of the things is we want to be one of those husband-wife teams that really, and I think we have different strengths and weaknesses, and we complement each other well, but we haven't really put it too much into practice, just a little bit here and there. But you guys have been an experienced husband-wife team. How have you guys seen that work with your marriage and also, business life, because it's a different dynamic? And can you shed some little bit of light there?
So Chip and I, we have worked together. Now it's over 20-something years together, and we absolutely love it.
So did you guys both just have the entrepreneurial spirit?
Kim had just achieved her highest goal, which was the Circle of Merit Award with her company. Okay. And that was the highest award. And I achieved the Employee of the Year award at my company. Okay. So then after that, about a year after that, we realized we just have to go out on our own. So we said, let's just see, because it may not work. Yeah. So we both quit our job, and it was pretty good for a while, but the thing that we loved was, and we don't want to say the freedom you guys realize, because you become a realtor to become free. Yeah. No. Yeah, right. But it is your deal. Yeah. But there is no freedom there. But guess what we had? We had time, and we realized we love spending time together.
Our date night would always be, we would sit in front of the TV and watch all the reality TV shows.
Going into the reality TV show thing, tell us about how you guys. It was Amazing Race, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that. What was the lead up? Did you guys watch the show a lot?
Kim always wanted to get on the show. And then 2 years later, we won. And to this day, we are the worst racers that ever have been on that show. We didn't go on the show to win. We went on the show, we had just had a business partner who had cheated us out of everything. We were in bankruptcy, foreclosure, and we just wanted to do something positive. So we went on, man. We're like people invited us to eat dinner. We're eating dinner on the porch, seeing the contestants running through the. We just said, okay, have fun. Oh, this is good food in Africa, you know. We just had a ball.
Being able to meet the different people in these different countries, and you find out everybody wants the exact same thing. They just want to enjoy life. You want to raise your family. You want to have a good job. And we can't even explain to you what kind of experience it was.
That's great.
That was in 2004. Still, if, you know, being a realtor, we're standing at somebody's door and they say, can I ask you one more question? Have you ever heard of The Amazing Race? They say, yeah. And then, oh yeah, I just want Kim and I won. They go, oh my God! Wow. Come in. You know, it's not us, it's the show, man.
We used to do the door knocking, geographical farming.
Yeah.
You know, just going up to somebody's door that doesn't know you. But once we would say that, play that card, you were in.
Oh my God. But it's so weird, they just
They're slamming the door in your face,
Yeah, right.
and then all of a sudden, can I get your autograph? So you've been doing real estate for how many years together then?
6 years. We really love real estate, but just here recently, we've become little baby Jasons, you know. Yeah, for Kim and me, we love working with couples, and nothing gives us more joy than getting them their first home. Sure. So we love, I mean, because, you know, and we're kind of emotional and stuff. We make a big deal out of stuff, you know.
That's good. And now, one of the things that most people don't know is that there's an annual realtor and affiliate softball game. You look like a cleanup hitter now, so I'm excited for the next time we play the affiliate. This year's been canceled because of COVID. Right? This year's been canceled, but 2021 in June, you're batting cleanup.
There we go.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. You guys have a wealth of knowledge, and I love your entrepreneurial spirit and everything you guys got going on, and what an amazing story that you guys have. So thanks for sharing it with us on the American Dream.
Oh, it's an honor that you asked us, really. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Well, hope you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream. Again, I was your host, Craig Sewing, and the creator of the show. We've had so much fun building this thing. I've traveled all across the country building a real show, not a reality show, about real estate, lifestyle, and culture, featuring positive stories of your marketplaces. I've always said this isn't our show, it's yours. We just get to reflect the cool stories back to you. So thank you so much for those stories. Thank you for following our show, and don't forget to follow us on social media. We'll catch you next time. And of course, cheers to your American Dream.